Short all they can, paper hand all they can, but we are coming. Guys, we already paid attention to how the shorts had changed in the last few weeks alone. We saw this dramatic increase in the middle of summer, and that decreased heavily when the end of summer began. However, can we now pay attention to open interest put call ratio in order for us to gauge the gamma squeeze? Because shorts did their part, and now we have to find out what is next. Hey guys, we have been covering these stocks, the stocks that you guys care about, since the beginning of a year and a half, maybe coming up to 2 years now. So if you guys wouldn't mind slapping that like as you guys come in, as I say happy Sunday. Hope you guys are doing well. My name is Andrew, that's Professor Meatball, and we are going to talk about the data that you guys need to be able to find out, especially the options chain data, and especially where AMC and GameStop are heading for the Monday that is coming up tomorrow, August 15th. You guys are in the right place, and so comment down which like you guys are all the way up to 1300, and let's get going immediately. If you guys didn't see that last video, we talked about how AMC and GME are historically reaching very similar levels of where that data was last year in 2021, where AMC pumped to $70. Check out that video if you haven't seen it yet, and then come right back to this one because AMC is looking like open interest put call ratios are now spiking again. It's very easy to be able to follow this actually. It's that green line right here. So I'm going to get rid of everything else, get rid of this, get rid of that, and just have the AMC price and this green line here, open interest put call ratio. Do you guys see that it pretty much follows the price action just with a slight delay, maybe like a week or two, or perhaps just a few days? But you see how the open interest raises its value, its ratio, and then the price action follows. In fact, we saw the open interest and put call ratio falling in the beginning of the year, and that actually gave us a 2 to 3 week window where we would have seen that sell signal on AMC, very much like how we have it on Lux Algo. So we had that strong buy signal here where that $16 mark happened. You don't even have to understand many of these, just see that big strong green, and that would have gotten you all the way up to $27 back last week. So that is why we're going to be able to pay attention to that open interest put call ratio in order to be able to understand better where that gamma squeeze is heading. But we already know that that cost to borrow had a high point at 16.65%, and that is something that we were able to follow. Cost to borrow, of course, hit its highs. This is just an average, hit its highs of hundreds of percent, and that was when we saw it in the mid-June, mid-July craze, when people were just lending as many shares as possible, not caring what the consequences are. But karma does come back to haunt you. In fact, exchange reported as short interest as well as on loan number of shares have followed the exact same pattern. A very high spike in the middle of the summer, which is now contributing to the end of the summer rip because the shorts have been overshorted, still hovering in that 20% range, and that's why AMC is such a short squeeze candidate. In fact, that explains a lot of where that price action came from, including why the APE dividend is such a big piece of news. Check out that video on my channel if you haven't paid attention yet. If you own AMC at all, you're getting a dividend 1-to-1 basically. It's kind of like a 2-for-1 stock split, but it's not like that. We explained it very much in detail in that video, as well as from Adam Aaron's mouth himself. So let's pay attention to where that gamma chain is heading, where gamma waves could be bringing us to the next phase. $22 strike is the first big chunk of these strikes are the call, $5 million worth of calls. And next one, we're going to have to see $4 million worth of calls at $24 strike, $7 million worth of calls at $25 strike, $3 million at $26, and $4 million at $30. On the far right side, we still have $145. This is just a third of a million, but still holding strong right at that far right side. So people are still very bullish, including the day beforehand. We saw that AMC still tumbled and had a lot of those far right hand in the money puts, but not from Thursday. So Thursday and Friday, both of which did not have the big consolidation of far in the money puts. But we do have some in the money calls here, especially $8 million worth of $17 strike and $9 million worth of $20 strike. As AMC did fall about half a double digit, so about 4-ish% on Friday, it's still holding heavy on that $24 mark. Still a very bullish position for what, all things considered, relatively. Just go zoom out. I'm going to look at this chart, zoom out a little bit, and just give us a better perspective of that price action. Again, that's going to be right there. price action, AMC price in US dollars, we were still hovering on that $8, $4 in January, and that pushed all the way up to 70. That is when that open interest put call ratio went skyrocketing. As soon as it started dipping, you could have seen the price action following suit, and then it is then another precursor for the price action that we see this year. So again, the options chain, very important, because those people likely are trading with a little bit extra data, a little bit extra information, and people on the options chain are just placing bets for the future. And so the future is where we're going to be. You never know when you're going to be in the near future. And that is AMC. Let's take a look at GameStop. It's very similar, but we're going to pay attention to the FTDs here. We saw the same thing for short interest, a humongous rise, a humongous amount of shares on loan. Free float here had a very high top, but did not come down. GME is still a very, very big squeeze candidate because it's still holding higher shorts than AMC. Now that said, it was at 25% in terms of calculatable, scrapable short interest that Ortex could see as early as 7 days ago. So GameStop actually facing a very likely short squeeze that is higher probability than the other meme stock candidates. And so if you guys were paying attention to BBBY, GameStop is still holding a very high short interest. And so that is going to also remind us there's a lot of shares, synthetic or otherwise, on loan that needs to be repaid, giving us a good understanding of where that next week is going. And so now we've seen strike prices for AMC, for GameStop very similarly. Let's pay attention to the options chain here. We have $600,000 worth of calls at $35.50 strike, and then we look at $40 strike, we have $400,000 worth there. Just not a lot of options activity, which is why if you're looking at options activity, that's great for AMC right now. It's a big millions of dollars of excitement for the future. For GameStop, a lot more excitement for just what the shorts have put themselves into. Hey, what's going on? Guys, my name is Andrew. I am someone who is going to continue bringing you guys into the fold of the data world, which is why we always have videos about the six-figure portfolio, why we guys give giveaways all the time. So if you guys do want to be eligible for those, follow on Instagram and Twitter at AndrewMoMoney, and go ahead and drop that like if this video was interesting or educational, or if you just like Sleepy Meatball in the background. If you do want to stay and start investing in yourself, do press that subscribe button and that bell button. Sorry to say it, but that's just how the YouTube algorithm gets destroyed. And if you guys want to hear more about me and what I like to do, well, I like to compose and write musicals, and I'm writing one right now that's going to go up October 8th. That's going to be one of the trivia questions, by the way, in the Mountain View Theater area. If you guys want to know more about it, message me on one of those Twitter and Instagram, Andrew Mo Money. Watch out for scammers, people who have slight variations on that. I'm always Andrew Mo Money, just like this channel, and just like you guys hitting all of the buttons down below to get better access to tools such as Lux Algo. Quick shout out for them. Those are the ones that gives you buy and sell signals. You guys 20% off in the description down below with the code Andrew Mo Money, and we'll see all of you in the money. Peace.